to this week video on energy system decentralization concept. In today's video, one day, one concept idea. In 5 minutes, what I want to talk to you, it's about community solar, which is an innovative way of generating and distributing solar energy. So immediately the question will come, Tony, what do you mean by community solar? Can you be more specific so all of us fully understand it? Absolutely. That's the whole point of this video. Yeah. So what is community solar? So this is also known as shared solar. Maybe you've heard that term because it depends where you're coming from in the world. So it's all about a solar system that is shared by multiple household businesses. So in a community solar project, you have a large solar array that is installed in a central location, right? Which is a field or a rooftop, and the energy produced is simply shared by people who subscribe to the project. Yeah. So how does it work? I'm sure you could see and understand how it would work, but still, let me make it clearer so there's no ambiguity. So community solar works through a subscription model. Participants subscribe to a community solar project and they receive credit on their utility bill on the energy produced by the solar array. So those credits are usually provided at a fixed rate and they can vary based on the location and also the size of the project. So the participant, they typically require to sign a contract for a fixed period, ranging from 1 to 20 years. And I'm sure you could see that such a system would clearly have a number of benefits. And I want to touch on some of them. I can see five that I want to mention to you today. So the first one is accessibility. So community solar, what they do, they allow people who cannot afford or do not have access to their own rooftop. That's key here because many people, when many businesses struggling with that. Yeah. So if you can't access to your own rooftop or don't have enough rooftop, maybe you can join a community solar. This way you benefit from the solar energy. This can include renters, people with shared roof or people that live in apartment building. So you can have solar too. So community solar should speak to you. The second benefit is the cost-effective aspect. By sharing the cost of a solar system, the participant they can benefit from economics of scale and also access to solar energy at a lower cost. Than what it would have been for them if they were to purchase and install their own solar panel. Isn't it great? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So the third thing that I see is the flexibility. Community solar program, they offer the flexibility in terms of subscription model, and they can vary from monthly to annual payment to pay as you go model. What works for you? Just choose. And there may be a community that is willing to work with you on that basis. So the fourth benefit I see is environmental benefit. Community solar project, they help reduce greenhouse gas emission and promote the use of clean renewables energy. But the fifth one, you may not guessed it, but yes, it's still one, is the positive impact on the local economy. Because the community solar project, they create jobs and promote economic development in the local community where they are installed. Yeah, isn't it great? That's a concept I particularly love, 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 love. And definitely I've been connected to projects where people come together to look about solar. One of them was in Nigeria. Two of them were in Nigeria, right? So okay, we're still discussing. I'll tell you more about that later when things materialize. But there's still some challenges though. It's fair for me to mention those because I don't want to leave you with the impression that everything is great with that, right? There's still some challenges to tackle. And it's the first one is the limited availability. So they're not yet widely available in all areas, and they may not be an option for everyone, right? So I understand that. So the second challenge I see is a policy and regulatory issue. When you have state and local policies that can affect the availability or the implementation of solar projects, so this can become regulatory hurdle that we need to overcome. And the third benefit, no, the third challenge, sorry, is the site limitation. Community solar projects are typically smaller than utility scale projects, but which can limit the amount of energy produced and the number of participants who can benefit. However, they will tend to be bigger than obviously solar home system, obviously, right? So I still believe that this is something you may want to be looking at, especially if you're concerned about the cost of a solar system that you will have to shoulder by yourself. Yeah. So please think about that. I'm sure you may find something interesting. If you like this concept, if you like this idea that we discussed today, three things I want you to do. And number one, I want you to subscribe to this channel. If you find it useful, why not other people? Yeah, please subscribe to that. The second thing, just tell me, community solar, does it speak to you? Have you come across one? What is your opinion about it? So the third thing, just share across, because I want as many people as possible to get to know about this concept. Because for me, it can make a difference for many people. I'll see you tomorrow, and we cover another topic.